everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Court, and today we will be resetting for quarter one. Well, for quarter two. Quarter one just ended. We will be doing all of the things. Kindle sticker, book journal, some bookish things, organizing this chaotic disaster that is behind me, and yeah, that's really it. Doing our boards. We're going to be looking at my Notion and going over where I'm at goal-wise for the year and just kind of resetting for this quarter because quarter one is over. And I have all of my wrap-ups up, so I didn't want to do like a quarter one book wrap-up because I feel like you could just go watch all of my wrap-ups and that's my opinions. They're not different. So we're just going to reset, and in this reset we're going to go over the goals that I have for the year and kind of see where I'm at, and also update how many books I have on my physical TBR. I'm not going to change my percentage or anything. It's still going to be 89% of my physical TBR that was at the beginning of the year, but I'm going to just take note of how much it's grown, how many I've read, what I need to read. That way, next week, I think, you guys will be seeing a full physical TBR video from me, and you'll see what's on my physical TBR and all of that. But in this video, we're going to count, we're going to see how many books are on it and just do like a little update and clean because there's just books lying everywhere. So, before we get started, I have some very exciting book mail. Orbit, thank you so much, Orbit, for sending me these. This is the Foxglove King and the Hemlock Queen. This is a part of the Nightshade Crown series. This is book 1, and then the Hemlock Queen is book 2. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. They have these really cool edges on them that are like not like straight edges, but they're like a little bit torn and they look really cool. This is by Hannah Witten. The first two are out right now and the third one comes out in July. This is a gilded gothic, darkly romantic new epic fantasy series about a young woman's secret power to raise the dead plunges her into a dangerous world of the sainted king's royal court. Lore has been living by her wits since she was a child, running poisons for the cartel that took her in, avoiding the attention of the law and keeping her affinity for death magic a secret, because mortem is a rare and illicit commodity, and using it could mean death. When a job goes wrong, Laura suddenly finds herself thrust into a lavish court where no one can be believed and even fewer can be trusted. There, Laura must navigate an intricate web of politics, religion, and forbidden romance to solve a mystery more dangerous and twisted than she can ever imagine. This fantasy series sounds so good, and for it to be like surrounded by like deathly like plants and things, because foxglove and hemlock, those are poisonous plants, or you know, those kinds of things, and nightshade crown, nightshade is also poisonous. I think I'm really going to like this. It's dark, it's gothic, it's romantic-y. I feel like I'm gonna eat this up. And the third book does come out in July, so I'm hoping to read these two before that third one does come out. So for all my fantasy lovers, this is for you. And thank you so much to Orbit for sending me these copies. I can't wait to dive into these. Adding those to the pile. Literally, let me just show you this mess that I have. Here's all of the piles of books. That doesn't include my TBR cart. That doesn't include all of the books just thrown around everywhere. So we need to clean. So sit back, enjoy. We'll go through my Notion and my book journal at the end, but this is just going to be like a little reset with me, and we'll go through everything at the end. So I hope you enjoy. We're going to do my Kindle stickers, my book journal, and just relax to some nice music while I get my life together. Okay? So last weekend we counted and redid. However, I have taken some of these off of here to read this month, so we're gonna fix everything and put some more spring TBR books on my TBR cart and just kind of refix everything. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do our boards, and then as you saw last night, I finished my book journal. So we're gonna run through that, and we'll run through my Notion and kind of check in with all of our goals, and then that's really all I have for you. So just a cute little check-in. Hey, we're just gonna put all these books back. I filmed some short form content and took a lot of books off my shelf, so we're just gonna fix this up a little bit, go through some stuff, and then I will run through my journal and my Notion with you, and then that's my reset. So let's do it. You'll never guess what just showed up at my door. So I was about to clean my bookshelves, and I just got a notification that all these books got delivered. So before we fix that, might as well open some of this book mail. So let's open it. First, we have my book of the month box. This is not sponsored, but hey, book of the month, if you want to sponsor me, let me know. I got in my book of the month box the exclusive book of the month only book that is The Sun Saw the Electric Light by Rachel Morton. This is, I want to say it's a coming of age novel. It's very short. It's like maybe 200 pages. Yeah, a little over 200 pages. The foiling on the cover, stunning. Love that. I'm really excited to read this. The little blurb that it had on book of the month was just really cute, and I said, why not? I didn't like any of the other ones, but I wanted the add-on, so this is what I picked. And the add-on that I got, I've already read this book, but I absolutely loved it, so I had to get it, and it needs to match my other book of the month copy of Phantasma. I got Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is a 5-star read for me. If you watch my vlog of me reading Enchantra, you know all my thoughts on it. If you haven't, go watch that vlog. I absolutely love this book, and I was so excited to get my physical copy of it. So thank you, Book of the Month, for offering my physical copy of this book. And as always with Book of the Month, we get a bookmark, and it says a little saying on it. So cute. So cute. Then we have, oh my gosh, this is actually so exciting. This is from Red Tower and Entangled. This is Devony Perry's fantasy debut. It is Fear the Monsters We Make, Journey to Kingdom, where myths hunt, legends kill, and survival demands transformation. It's enemies to lovers, a kingdom of deadly monsters, and a heroine who must embrace the darkness. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh. It's an arc of Shield and by Devony Perry. This book is thick. I did not realize how thick this book is. When does this come out? May 6th. This comes out May 6th. This is the coolest thing ever. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm so excited. I wanted this one so bad, but when everyone was getting theirs and I haven't got mine yet, I was like, I didn't get it. But this is so exciting. I'm really excited to read this. Okay, that's exciting. And then the last one is another one that I ordered from Amazon that I know what it is. I'm also really excited for. We have Fairytale by Veronica Lanchette. Not sure how you say her last name. I'm probably pronouncing it really wrong. However, this cover of it is going out of print soon, and I think this cover is stunning, so obviously I had to get it. It's getting traditionally published. That's why the cover is coming out, I believe. This print is so small. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this is beautiful. This says, what could possibly go wrong in a town that rhymes with fairy tale? It's set in August 1955, when Miss Darcy O'Sullivan, an orphan English teacher from Boston, receives a letter that her biological father passed away, and she is surprised to find herself included in his will. There's only one condition. She must travel to Fairydale and attend his funeral. With the promise of a sizable inheritance, Darcy decides to journey to the small coastal town that holds the secrets of her birth. But the moment she steps into Fairydale, things start to go amiss. Odd residents, odd rumors, and odd deaths. Everything about Fairydale is odd, including brooding Caleb Hale. Oh, brooding? Part of the infamous Hale family. During the day, she falls deeper and deeper under his spell as he forces her to step out of her comfort zone and embrace her inner sensuality. But at night, it's another man who haunts her dreams. Eamon d'Arden? A noble man who lived 2 centuries ago. Eamon is sweet and suave, where Caleb is intense and dangerous, and Darcy feels more torn than ever. Soon, She finds herself embroiled in a triangle of lies, deceit, and inexplicable events that make her question her sanity. When an ancient evil threatens the town and everything Darcy holds dear, she must make the ultimate choice. But will she survive it? This sounds really good. It's really long. I believe it's still on Kindle Unlimited right now if you do want to read it. But this is also going on to print, and I love this cover. It's so stunning, the artwork. So had to have it, had to put it on my shelf. I believe this is fantasy-esque. So love this. That's why I bought it. There's my little book haul. Let's put all these on my shelf. Okay, let's go over my book journal. I finished all my March spreads, like I mentioned, so I just want to go over those briefly and some of the beginning things in my book journal. So the front page is the same, obviously, but I did add my favorite book of March, which was Heavenly Bodies, and our book club book of the month, which was Wild Side. Next, we have my 25 for 2025. I did read Onyx Storm and Wildside in the month of March, so I just colored those in. I'm hoping to get a few of these checked off in the month of April because I don't want to fall behind. In my A to Z challenge, I added Everything is Tuberculosis for E, Heavenly Bodies, Vicious, and Where's Molly? So I got 4 done on this, which is pretty exciting because I got some that I didn't think that I would get, like these 2 and an E. X, if you have any X recommendations, Y, Z, Q, I think those are all like the hard letters. Maybe I recommendations for those kinds of letters, let me know in the comments. This page, my 12 Facts from 12 Friends, in March was What We Keep, so I gave that a star rating. And I read a book over 1,000 pages, and Everything is Tuberculosis has a yellow cover. So I colored in those 2 boxes on my book bingo. Now we're going to flip to my March spreads, which is right here. Again, if you've seen these videos before, you know I like to keep this title page simple, just with the month. And I had this cute little sticker that says Faith, Hope, Love, and Pots of Gold. It looked cute with this little plaid background, so that's what the opening page looks like. I added my TBR, even though I only read 2 of them. We're not going to talk about it. We're just going to move on. Cutesy little spring TBR page. Here's all of my March reads. I read 21 books in March, so I do 2 pages. This is just turning into my 5-star reads, what I do large like spreads for. So I think that I'm just going to continue to do it as spreads for my 5-star reads because I like how that's turning out, and everything else is just going to go on a page like this. So there's 19 on this page, and then Vicious is number 20. Here's my Vicious page. I'm actually obsessed with it. I need to read Vengeful as soon as possible, and B.E. Schwab just announced that she finished Victorious, like wrote the end, so that should be coming in the near future, and I'm so excited for it. This page is my Heavenly Bodies page, and she is stunning. I am obsessed with her. One of my favorite books of the entire year, so obviously she gets a page, and I just love all of the celestial elements in this page. I think it turned out so good. Then we have my March wrap up. It's the same as every other wrap up format. It's just March wrap up, how many books, how many pages, genre breakdown, format breakdown, and my average rating. Then we have a new addition to my journal. I'm doing quarterly wrap-ups, so this is my quarter one wrap-up. We just have some statistics like my total books, total pages, and average rating from the quarter, how many physical TBR books I have. So this is the total number of books I have on my shelves, and this is the total that I have unread, and that's the percent I have unread. Here are the top three books of the quarter, and here's some of my goals and where I'm at with them for the year. Just a basic kind of quarterly wrap up. And then we get to my favorite page. This is my spring TBR page. I just put every book on my spring TBR, and if it was a series, I did extra boxes for all the books in the series, and I put which book in the series I'm on. So for Saving 6, I'm on Saving 6, so I didn't put Binding and Keeping 13. So this is Saving 6, Redeeming 6, Taming 7, and then the new Releasing 10, I believe. Same for this one, I'm on the second one, but the new one comes out in May. So, and then I have just some single ones and everything. I think this turned out super cute. I'm actually obsessed with it. And that's all I did in my book journal. If you have any ideas of what else I should put in my book journal, as always, leave them down below and let me know what you think of my spreads. So now we're going to go over my Notion. It is honestly the same thing as my book journal, just something that I can update throughout the month instead of at the end of the month. I do my book journal all at one time at the end of the month, and this I can update as the month goes on. So you guys saw this if you watched my 2025 Bookish reset video, but I'm just going to go through it again. This is my table of contents, my homepage. This monthly reading tracker goes to the reading tracker of the month, so that goes to April. This goes to my content calendar for the month. I just have some pictures of my cats and my 2025 playlist. I make a playlist every year for the songs that I'm listening to on repeat for the year, and then I have my vision board of the year just on my homepage as a reminder. So the only things that I really updated are in this page. Everything else is kind of personal and didn't really get an update. I just update it as the year goes on. So if you want to see a layout of that, go watch my 2025 Bookish reset. However, this one I update as I go, the amount of books I read for all of these goals. So 100 total books, nonfictions, classics, and 30% of my physical TBR. Here are all my monthly layouts. So this is all of the books that I read that month. So when I'd go to do my wrap-ups, I have everything right there for me. And my TBR. Here is a little glimpse into February's. And then I changed it and I stopped doing the books bought or add books I've bought or added to my physical TBR because I just couldn't keep up with it because of some of the things that I've gotten, and I started adding my average rating to make it a little bit easier, but it does total up the amount of pages and the amount of books, so everything is just really easy when I go to do my wrap up because it's all right there. So that is that. Those are what I've updated so far. This is for every single month, and I'm going to continue to do those. I've been keeping up with my series tracker, so I read 9,000 January. I don't know what else I've read, honestly. I read The Deal last month, so I've just been keeping up with this. I read this entire series last month that is out, I guess. I've also been keeping up with my physical TBR, so I'll mark it as done when I read it and then give it a rating. How many I've completed out of the total number and the total number. This is way I can keep track, and just a reminder, this is the physical TBR at the start of 2025, not right now. I don't add to this when I get a new book. My 25 for 2025, I've been keeping up with this. Every time I finish one, I just go ahead and cross it off. I check it off. So these are the 5 that I've read. And same thing for my 12 books from 12 friends page right here. Every time I read one, I just check it off. These are some of the additions that I've made that you will not see if you watched my 25 reset video. I added seasonal TBRs. The spring one is the only one that has books in it because I'm just going to make them right before the season based on what I'm wanting to read, what physical books I still have to read, and what matches the season. So this is everything on my spring TBR and everything in that spring TBR video. If you haven't watched that, go watch that. But there will be a page for every season. So when that season comes, I can add that TBR and check them off as I go. Same thing for quarters. I added a little quarterly wrap up page. They're nothing special, but it just shows me total of the quarter, keeps track of the running total physical TBR, my goals, and my running total count for my channels and pages. Just something that I can see and look back on and see how I've grown. And then we have my book mood board. That hasn't changed. But those are everything that I've added, and I really love how this looks, and I really love using this as a tool because it helps me stay on track, and it's really easy to find everything that I need when doing wrap ups and recommending books and things like that. If you have any questions or things about Notion, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them the best as I can. But I'm also really new to this as well. And that is all for our little quarterly one wrap up. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else specific in my little resets wrap ups for the quarter when I do this again in 3 months, and I will try to implement those as well. And I'm gonna get back to reading. If you have anything that you guys want to say in the comments, please do. Let me know your favorite reads of the quarter and your guys's. If you have a running total of books, let me know what you're up to. It's not a competition. Please remember it's never a competition, but I like to see statistics, so let me know what you're at. And if you want to catch me anywhere else on the internet, my socials are linked in the description below, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Bye!